night that he lost his life, right? I was playing basketball with one of my homies. His name Trey. Actually, the dude that make my beats. He made Givenchy. He made Bang. His name Trey on the beat. So I was hooping with him, right? And my brother had called me. He was like, "You need me to pick you up, right?" And I was like, "Nah, Trey gonna take me home." That's the same night that he lost his life. So it's like, if he would have picked me up, that could have been me too. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could have gotten
Yeah,
shot.
I could have.
Oh, because it happened in a car?
Yeah, it happened in a car because he was going to pick me up from YMCA, but I told him no. Some told him it's like, just around with Trey, because Trey right here. And Trey dropped me off. I goes to sleep, and then my sister come in waking me up and say, you know what I'm saying? It was really hard. It took some time to get over it, but you know, I realized as I got older, it's just a part of life.
Daryl Dwayne Granberry was born on October 10th, 1997. Hold on, bro. I really sound like the feds. Y'all know I ain't 12 at all. We might have to cut that out. Well, let's redo that. Daryl Granberry, also known as DDG. I mean, yeah, DDG. We all know who DDG is, right? The guy who has almost 10 million followers across all social media platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Guy who not only knocked somebody out, but also made the XXL freshman list in the same summer.
And now DDG, once again.
The same guy who had a top 5 Billboard chart hit within the last calendar year also. Yeah, that DDG. We all know about DDG, his journey, his stardom, not only in YouTube, but also in the rap game. But what few fail to talk about is his struggles and the reasons why he's had to persevere so much. DDG's success shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, because if you actually do your research and you realize what he's been through, it can tell you that he was built for this and that he was chosen for this. As somebody who's lost their brother, I lost my brother in 2015. And I've been no stranger on this channel to talk about it. DDG also lost his brother, and he not only had to persevere through that, but he also had to persevere growing up in a tough environment in Pontiac, Michigan, a city located right outside Detroit. He had to deal with poverty as well as just not having much growing up also. All circumstances that will possibly lead most people in that situation to bend, to fold, or to succumb to the street to become a product of the environment. But this is a person who continually persevered, and this is the reason why he's successful today. They will explore not only the journey of DDG, we're also going to talk about his perseverance, his faith, his determination, and how we can all learn something from it. Cue the intro. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Campbell, and we're back with another video. Now, if this is your first time clicking on my channel, I ask you to do me a favor. Please hit that subscribe button as well as turning on that notification bell. That way you're notified anytime that I drop some content. And while you're at it, please leave a like down below. It helps the algorithm, helps my channel continue to grow, and it helps push my content out in front of more and more people. And if this isn't your first time on my channel, welcome back to the trenches. It's your boy Demetrius reporter live. We got some great content for y'all today. But as we talked about in our last video, I told you I want to continue to explore and experiment with my content and kind of branch out more, and not simply just talk about numbers and finance and what we got to do to be rich and successful. The basis of our channel will always be the trenches, how we can continually put ourselves in position to be successful. And that's not limited to just talking about stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate, and finance. The story of DDG is something that can not only give us insight on how the business world works, but also can give us a little faith and motivation. As somebody who's also from the trenches in DDG, we can see what's possible when you really put your mind to something and continue to have that faith, that discipline, and that work ethic. DDG was born in Pontiac, Michigan, a city located right outside Detroit, Michigan. This isn't a place that's sweet. It ain't sweet there at all. This is a place that's no stranger to gun violence, to murders, to robberies, to shootings, to stabbings. DDG grew up knowing both his mother and father, and they loved him very dearly, but he still grew up having a lot of the same issues that a lot of us black men face in the trenches. He grew up not having a whole lot of money, not having a whole lot of resources, and having a lot of violent corruption, drug addiction, drug abuse, and poverty around him. Now, DDG could have used these things to fuel him and cause him to run to the streets and turn to the streets. He could have made some of the same bad decisions that I made that caused me to get locked up, get involved in gang violence, and almost lose my life numerous times. Instead, DDG stayed focused on his grind. He went to school, he got great grades, and he also went on to become a valedictorian as he graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA. Y'all heard me right there, 4.0. That means he didn't get any B's, any C's, D's, or F's. He had straight A's. Mind you now, he also took AP and all honors class. That's a very impressive feat. You look at his journey and you really do your research and you look back, that was simply just the beginning of how great he really was, and that was a glimpse of what was ahead of him in the future. Before DDG ever went to Central Michigan University, made hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars and followers, before he bought his mother a brand new car, moved her out to LA, caused her to quit her job and everything else so she could live comfortably, because he was making more than enough money to pay all the bills before he put all of his friends and family in position to make money. I said yes, he put them in position to make money. He didn't just give them money, he put them in position to make money so they wouldn't have to depend on him. He put them in a position to really be successful. A real nigga gonna put everybody on around him. He's not gonna be selfish or stingy. He's gonna give them all the game that he can in the hopes that they become just as successful as he is. Of course, he signed a record label and he owns the masters of all his music as well. He made the XXL freshman list. In his professional boxing debut, he knocked out some TikTok kid. I don't know why that kid was talking crazy. He definitely got slumped though, but that's besides the point. DDG has accomplished so much in his life at such a young age. You think, man, there's no way this kid is under 25 years old with all that he's accomplished. But the one thing I really want to emphasize on today is DDG's journey in the trenches and what he went through. Y'all know this channel is based around the trenches. At the end of the day, finance and numbers are a boring topic. Nobody wants to hear about that stuff and nobody wants to talk about that stuff. So I always find ways to relay it back to the trenches so that we can understand and we can figure out how it relates to our journeys and how we can apply it in our lives moving forward. DDG has done so much in terms of just success as well as just taking care of his people. I think one of the most respectable things in my eyes is his perseverance and his faith and his discipline. I'll never forget that morning when I got that phone call and I was in the shower in 2015, and I remember my cousin telling me that my brother was no longer here, that he had passed away, he had been killed. I remember crying in the shower for like an hour straight. Like, it was a crazy ordeal. It was a lot to deal with. I was emotional, and it's something that's drastically affected and altered my life forever, and it's altered my family's life as well. This isn't something that's uncommon in the trenches. You got young people dying each and every day, people losing their lives on some of the most ridiculous stuff. You got young men, poor environments, who can't necessarily get jobs, who don't have a whole lot of experience, and because of that, they don't have time to focus on their education and their future, so they resort to the streets. And with the streets, a lot come with it. It comes drug abuse, drug addiction, the selling of drugs, the manufacturing of drugs, as well as gun violence. And DDG's family is another victim of this as well. At such a young and impressionable age, I think this could have took DDG a few paths. It could have took DDG down a path of revenge, of anger, of hatred, and wanting to get his get back, slide for his brother, which I think anybody would have understood, even as a kid. If DDG made the decision to go get his get back and do what he had to do, I don't think anybody could realistically blame him, because this is his brother we're talking about. When you're talking about one of his friends or homeboys or somebody he went to school with, this is his blood. Or it could have led DDG down a path of him feeling sorry for himself and just simply quitting, giving up on life and losing all hope. But it did neither one of those things. Instead, his mother bought him a camera for his next birthday and he started his grind. I don't think she realized that giving her son that camera not only changed his life, but it changed the lives of the entire family forever. I think this is a great lesson for all of us to learn from, not to speak about the numbers or to speak about necessarily his journey. This isn't a biography or documentary on DDG at all. This is simply a focal point on somebody that I can relate to in terms of his struggle and where he's been, but also where he's at now, and all of us striving to get there. You notice I said us, because I'm trying to get there as well. We see the watches, we see the chains, we see the cars, we see the clothes, but the things we don't see about DDG is his heart and his perseverance and his faith and his determination and his discipline. Those are things we don't see. The things we don't necessarily understand and that you can't necessarily use a metric system to measure is his hard work and his faith, his belief in himself, and his ability to make it out. As you watch this video, if you don't take nothing from this video, I want y'all to understand that life happens. Life is hard, and that we all gonna go through it. We all gonna struggle and suffer in our own ways. The message is to not give up. It's different when DDG tells us not to give up, because we see where he's at, and we understand, like, hey, all rich successful people say that, just don't give up, believe in yourself. But this is also coming from a person who doesn't know DDG personally, and all I know is what I've been able to get research on. And I'm telling you the same thing because I'm forced myself to believe that also. I believe that because I choose to believe it, because people like this give me hope. I see that no matter what I've been through, if he can make it here, what's stopping me? This wasn't a video to bring up any negative emotions or feelings for that family whatsoever. My condolences continually go out to that family. I'm simply speaking from a perspective is I understand your pain, I understand what you've been through, and I salute you because you continue to push through, you continue to fight forward, and look where you're at now. If you learned anything from today's video, actually do me a favor. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, as well as hitting that notification bell. That way you're notified anytime that I drop some content. Please hit that like button as well. It helps the algorithm, helps my channel continue to grow, and it pushes my content out in front of more and more people. So with that being said, I just want to say thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to catch y'all back at the next video.
You don't know what you want to do. You need to fucking figure it out. Because right now you're wasting time. At some moment in time, it's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do something, You got an idea, make that idea come to life. It ain't gonna hurt you. You gonna die doing it? No. Oh, it's gonna take a little bit of work. Oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it, bro. Like, why are you sitting there? You know what you want to do. What the hell are you waiting for?